Hello everyone, it's us, the dedicated team at TV Day's Drama Digest, back with another thrilling, in-depth recap of today's electrifying Days of Our Lives episode. Today, we're focusing on Rafe Johnson and the critical piece of evidence he holds in the wake of E.J. DiMera's shocking shooting. As viewers know, E.J.'s life hangs in the balance after a near-fatal gunshot wound, and the mystery of who pulled the trigger has gripped Salem. Now, Rafe finds himself in possession of surveillance footage that could reveal the identity of the shooter. But what will he do with that evidence? And more importantly, who is he protecting by keeping this secret? Join us as we explore every dramatic twist, every moral quandary, and every heart-pounding moment in this high-stakes storyline. A crime scene at the DiMera mansion. E.J.'s life in jeopardy. The day's drama erupted when Chad DiMera, responding to a shocking call, discovered his brother E.J. lying on the floor of the DiMera mansion. Blood was flowing from a precise wound in E.J.'s chest, close enough to the heart that it could have been instantly fatal. The sight of E.J., once the indomitable Prince of Darkness, now reduced to a bleeding figure on the cold marble floor, was enough to send chills down the spines of viewers and characters alike. Chad, panicked and desperate, immediately called 911 and performed what aid he could before paramedics arrived. The chaos of that moment was heightened when E.J., as they rushed him to the hospital, experienced a seizure, an ominous sign that his condition was far more critical than anyone had anticipated. With every passing minute, the question loomed larger: would E.J. survive this attack, and who was behind the bullet that nearly ended his life? The perfect shot, a skilled assassin at work as investigators combed the crime scene for clues, it became clear that the perpetrator was no amateur. The shot was delivered with surgical precision. No hesitation, no stray bullets, just a single, devastating blow aimed at E.J.'s heart. The shooter's skill suggested a cold, calculated act, one designed to send a powerful message rather than an impulsive crime of passion. This realization sent ripples of fear through the DiMera family, who have long been embroiled in power struggles, betrayals, and vendettas. Given E.J.'s vast list of enemies, ranging from spurned lovers to business rivals, the field of suspects was vast. But one detail stood out: E.J. did not react with alarm until he saw the gun. His calm demeanor in the face of imminent danger suggested he recognized the shooter, someone he never expected to turn against him. This chilling moment hinted at a betrayal from within the circle of people he trusted most, making the crime all the more personal and heartbreaking. Rafe's crucial discovery: the surveillance camera. Amid the confusion and fear, one character quietly took on the role of detective, Rafe Johnson. Known for his integrity and determination, Rafe had been among the first to respond to the call and assist Chad in securing the mansion. As he scanned the room for evidence, his eyes fell on a small, discreet surveillance camera tucked into the corner of the living room. Realizing the potential importance of the footage, Rafe swiftly retrieved the camera, ensuring that the only recording of the shooting would not fall into the wrong hands. He knew that this video could provide the definitive proof of who shot E.J., yet it also held the power to shatter relationships, expose dark secrets, and bring untold consequences to those involved. A moral dilemma: protecting friends or pursuing justice? With the camera in hand, Rafe faced a monumental choice: to immediately hand over the footage to the authorities, potentially exposing the shooter, or to hold on to it and protect someone he cared about. In Salem, loyalty often collides with justice, and Rafe's decision would be no exception. On one hand, his duty as a lawman and his own sense of righteousness demanded that he reveal the truth. On the other, his deep bonds with those around him, including Gabby, Johnny, Jada, and even Sammy, could compel him to shield them from the fallout. Rafe's internal struggle was palpable. He replayed the moment E.J. turned to look at the shooter, his expression one of calm recognition. If Rafe were to reveal the footage, he would not only expose the perpetrator, but also risk destroying lives. Could he live with the knowledge that his actions might send a friend to prison? Or would the weight of his conscience force him to prioritize justice above all else? This moral dilemma added a layer of intense drama, showcasing Rafe's complexity as both a protector and a seeker of truth. The list of suspects, friends, family, and hidden agendas. As Rafe deliberated, the list of potential suspects grew. Among them were Gabby Hernandez. Once close to EJ, their relationship soured amid betrayal and business conflicts. Could Gabby have snapped under the pressure and decided to take matters into her own hands? Johnny DiMera, EJ's son, enraged by the revelation of his conception and the rape of his mother Sammy, had threatened his father in a moment of emotional turmoil. Did Johnny's anger push him to cross a deadly line? Jada Hunter. Jada's tumultuous relationship with EJ, combined with her desire to protect Rafe, may have given her motive to eliminate the threat EJ posed to her loved ones. Sammy Brady, EJ's ex-wife and Johnny's mother, whose history of pain and betrayal could have driven her to a desperate act of vengeance. Each suspect had their own reasons, and each carried a heavy emotional burden. As Rafe considered these possibilities, the weight of the decision pressed down on him. To accuse any one of them without solid proof would be a betrayal of trust. To remain silent would be a betrayal of his duty. Clues and red herrings. The investigation unfolds. Rafe's next steps were critical. He began reviewing the footage in secret, hoping to catch a glimpse of the shooter's identity. The footage, however, was grainy and partial, enough to see the silhouette of the assailant, but not enough to make a positive ID. This partial clarity only fueled the tension, as Rafe realized that, even with the camera, the truth was still out of reach. Meanwhile, investigators led by J.J. Devereaux began questioning suspects. Kristen DiMera, Brady's own daughter, was brought in for questioning. Known for her volatile temper and thirst for revenge against EJ for making Rachel disappear, Kristen's anger provided a clear motive. Yet, she vehemently denied involvement, insisting that the shooter could be anyone who harbored a grudge against EJ. As the official investigation proceeded, Rafe continued to grapple with his secret. He found himself at the center of a web of intrigue, his every action scrutinized by those around him. The possibility that he might be protecting a loved one, or even himself, loomed large, and every interaction with Gabby, Johnny, Jada, and Sammy took on new significance. A town on edge, fallout and suspense. The fallout from EJ's shooting rippled through Salem. At the hospital, Kat comforted Chad as they awaited news of EJ's condition, their relationship growing stronger in the face of tragedy. Meanwhile, Jada and Sean shared a moment of vulnerability at the small bar, their own complicated relationship reflecting the broader theme of betrayal and redemption in Salem. Kate, ever suspicious, voiced her concerns that EJ might be behind Rex's hit-and-run, further muddying the waters of motive and suspicion. Roman, the family patriarch, was seen carefully locking away his gun, a symbolic gesture that hinted at the looming danger and the need for self-protection. Amidst all this, Rafe's secret weighed heavily on his shoulders. The tension was palpable. Every glance, every whispered conversation could be a clue or a trap. The knowledge that the camera footage could reveal the shooter's identity added a ticking clock element to the drama. Would Rafe find the courage to do the right thing, or would he succumb to the pressures of loyalty and fear? The climax, Rafe's decision. As the episode drew to a close, Rafe reached a breaking point. With the camera footage in hand and the investigation at a critical juncture, he realized that the moment of truth had arrived. In a dramatic scene that underscored the moral complexity of his situation, Rafe decided whether to turn over the evidence or continue protecting his secret. His decision would have far-reaching consequences, not only for the identity of EJ's shooter, but for the future of every character connected to the DiMera family. In Salem, where every action carries weight and every secret can spark a war, Rafe's choice could redefine the balance of power and the bonds of trust forever. In conclusion, the uncertain future of Salem. Today's episode of Days of Our Lives delivered a masterclass in suspense, weaving together multiple storylines and emotional arcs. With EJ's life hanging in the balance, Chad's desperate heroism, and Rafe's agonizing moral dilemma over the camera footage, Salem was transformed into a crucible of fear, loyalty, and betrayal. As fans, we're left with burning questions. Will Rafe turn over the evidence and expose the shooter, or will he protect a loved one at the cost of justice? Who truly pulled the trigger, and why? And what will be the ultimate fallout for EJ, the DiMera family, and the entire town of Salem? We want to hear your thoughts and theories. Who do you believe shot EJ, and why? What do you think Rafe should do with the evidence? Share your insights in the comments below, and join the conversation as we navigate the twists, turns, and heart-pounding drama of Days of Our Lives. Thank you for joining us at TV Days Drama Digest. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.